similarities around the agenda. So what we have, as I mentioned, like first and second day is like, well, mostly first day is frame the problem, right? In Lean Inception, write the product vision and goals, Paulo, right?
Yeah, I think they're both about getting the context right. In both cases, design sprint and inception, things happen before you are on that collaborative week, right? So the first days is getting that alignment more from the business perspective. I see the similarity in both.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, day two, design sprint, sketch possible solutions, so explorations, understand a little more, right? As you mentioned, the context, the users, same or similar in the inception, right? Personas and
It-
user journeys.
yeah, it's interesting because on Lean Inception, there's no sketching because we don't think about the design and the product yet, right? But we want to understand the needs of the users and their journeys. So we welcome in the room the people that has this knowledge. So let's share the current information we have about the users and their journeys.
Yeah, totally. Day three, design sprint, choose the best sketches, and well, inception, brainstorm and discover features, right?
Yeah, here we start deviating quite a bit, right? Because design sprint's like, okay, we had a few sketches and let's choose the sketch. Like the focus on design. We want to end the week with a prototype. In Inception, no, it's like, oh, let's brainstorm about possible features. And bear in mind that on the Inception, we have different participants. Like there are more, I would say, more perspectives on the participants. For example, the developers are in the room as well. So you're going to bring a very technical perspective along with the business perspective and the perspective looking after the users. And then we brainstorm the features from all those perspectives.
Totally. And we can see here in day two, day three, that well, which are the foundations that are the same, right? It's the same actually. It's design thinking, right? Diverge, converge, and strive for innovation there, right? Co-creation, work with the team, and decide as a team. Um, so they four build a prototype. So design sprints, as we mentioned before, is to well the outcome or the goal there is to build a prototype and test by users with users in the day five. The inception, Paulo, I don't know if you want
Yeah,
to explain a
day
little.
4 and day 5, I think the similarity is about, okay, we open options, we need to close a little bit to make decisions, right? So at the end of the week, we have a winning decision. You have a choice, let's put it this way. Only Inception Day 4 is about doing a business UX, the user experience, and technical review of all those different features, those different small ideas that we had on that problem space, on that product vision space. And then based on that, we are going to put things in sequence. In which sequence we think it's a good way to go about this. And of course, we're being influenced by Lean Startup. So you want to figure out what is that very first step. So when you think about a sequence, you got to strategize on a way where you figure out, okay, we have an MVP. And then with that MVP, we'll be able to prove some things. And then with that proven things, maybe we decide the next product increment. And then the way you go forward, um, increasing and learning towards your product vision. And then the day 6, now that you talk about the MVP, which is a concept that's it's very strong. So minimal viable P of product, even though it's really small, there's a product because you put in the hands of the users, not as a prototype, not as a proof of concept, but a real product, but a minimum product. Day 6 about the MVP canvas, where you get in detail about this MVP, like who is it for, what's the purpose of this MVP, how do you validate it, if you're getting what you want, which metrics you need to collect, which part of the journeys of those users have you improved the experience.
Totally. One thing I personally love from design sprint and lean inception is that you can plug in or plug out different exercises depending on the, let's say, the opportunity that you see there, right? I'm trying to say, well, it's like a narrative, right? Like 5 days narrative, but you can once you use the exercises and know how the narrative flows and everything, you may prioritize or have grab some stuff there and put something together to, because it's really powerful. Right.